So, 3 months after the launch of the iPhone 16 series, it's time for our long-term review. Let's talk. Hey guys, it's your Tech Girl Mary and welcome back to our YouTube channel. So, this is probably what you've been waiting for dahil alam niyo na, ang dami pa rin sigurong hindi mapakali, hindi alam kung bibilin ba talaga yung bagong iPhone 16 Pro or even the iPhone 16 Pro Max. I really took my sweet time with it. Hindi ko minadali unlike last year. Siguro dahil na rin doon sa Apple Intelligence. And since the update, which is the iOS 18.2, is finally here, sa tingin ko, pwede na talagang gawin itong video na to. Bago tayo magsimula, gusto ko lang sabihin, yung iPhone 16 Pros that I have, yung isa is from Apple Store. I bought it personally from there. And then this one, the Pro Max, is from Beyond the Box. Ito yung pre-order ko during their launch here in the Philippines. I'm pretty sure you are already aware with their pre-order system, which is always naman every year guaranteed. Anyway, just in case you skipped the iPhone 16 and are planning on getting the iPhone 17 next year, you might want to consider getting from them. If you remember, during their launch, Apple sold us a product with a promise of future updates na actually ang laman nun ay isa sa mga best-selling features niya. Kaya rin siguro hindi ganun kataasan yung sales nila this year. But since again, it's almost complete, let's talk about Apple Intelligence first. Nung unang lumabas yung 18.1, ito yung may mga features na konting-konti lang, which are yung writing tools, notification summaries, cleanup tool doon sa Photos app. Nung una, yung cleanup tool, I didn't think that it will be that useful. Kasi nga, uulitin ko, hindi naman to technically bago. It's been present with almost all of the recent Android devices. But in fairness, it's one of the nicest cleanup tool I've seen so far. And actually, my number one used feature for the Apple Intelligence. And then, yung big chunk ng Apple Intelligence, guys, this arrived recently, which is this month, which is the iOS 18.2. This brought the ChatGPT support in Siri, making your own Genmojis, and more. So, first thing I noticed from the iOS 18.2 is that binago nila yung video player sa Photos app. Actually, isa to sa mga frustrations natin noong una nating nakita yung iOS 18. Again, marami nga silang binago na hindi natin nagustuhan, including the Photos application. Yung bago sa 18.2 is that they were able to eliminate yung thick borders around the videos that appear on the earlier iOS 18 version. Meaning, you no longer have to tap on the video for full screen playback. Next, visual intelligence. Ito yung version ng Apple sa circle to search na meron tayo with Android. With Apple, this is their way to identify objects and the places around you. So all you need to do, guys, is i-long press yung camera control button to get to visual intelligence. And then, just point your phone at something you wanna know about. Pwede kayo mag-search ng item sa Google. Pwede rin kayo mag-ask ng questions kay ChatGPT. Look for restaurants. Pwede rin kayo mag-copy ng text from there. Ang tagal kong inantay itong feature na to, yung hindi beta, guys, yung official obviously. Okay siya, pero mas gusto ko yung naging integration ng Android with circle to search. Hindi ko alam kung dahil ba bago lang ito at ngayon lang ako nasasanay, tapos mas matagal na akong sanay gamitin yung circle to search, pero kasi yung ease of use niya, malayong malayo. Lastly, isa sa mga bago sa iOS 18.2 is the Image Playground. Actually, this is an app wherein you can also integrate it with messages for you to be able to create stylized images based on your prompts and images of you and your friends. Again, this is also not entirely new. Nakita na rin natin to with previous Android devices. So far sa mga bago ng Apple Intelligence 18.1, 18.2, dalawa lang yung pinaka nagustuhan ko sa kanya and actually useful for me. Cleanup Tool and Genmoji. Other than those two, yung mga na-mention ko kanina, I don't find them super special groundbreaking, pretty much what other phones are doing these days already. And now, before we proceed with the rest of our long-term review video, let me thank muna yung sponsor ng video natin, which is Home Credit. If you're one of those people who missed the pre-order of the iPhone 16 or mga last-minute shopper kayo this holiday season at gusto nyo magregalo ng kahit na anong Apple devices, actually kahit hindi Apple devices, even Android, appliances, basically any tech purchase, pwede nyo yan ma-avail via Home Credit. Like for example, you can get the iPhone 16 Pro for as low as 86 pesos per day for 24 months. Make sure that you download the Home Credit app via the App Store kung kayo ay naka-iOS or via Google Play Store kung kayo naman ay naka-Android device. Para naman right from your fingertips, you can enjoy easy installments at 0% interest from November 4 to January 31 of 2025 via the Home Credit. Kaya naman magiging masaya at todo ang Pasko with Home Credit dahil sa kanyang 0% installment offers, as low as 0% sa gadgets, appliances, and more. So yup, make sure to download the Home Credit app using the link below. Okay, camera control button. Again, ito yung isa sa mga pinakamalaking addition nila with the iPhone 16 series. Hindi lang dito sa 16 Pro and Pro Max meron siya, but as well as on the regular iPhone 16. It can be pressed, tapped, or even swiped. You can take a photo or scroll through a tiny pop-up menu of your camera settings. Ang tanong, after 3 months, nagagamit ko pa ba siya? The answer is no. I feel like yung execution yung hindi ko nagustuhan sa kanya. Again guys, having an additional button, in theory, maganda siya. Pero depende to kung paano mo siya i-execute. Adapting this new button to my daily is very hard. And to be honest with you, nagamit ko lang yung camera button during my first few weeks with this device. And that was during my first impressions period. Yun yung nirelease ko guys, yung first iPhone video. And again, dun ko lang siya nagamit. After that, hindi na ulit. I feel like the only use of this button for me is visual intelligence, which will again let you point your iPhone's camera at something and get more information on it. Clearly, that's the only use for me for that button. So yes, if you will ask me, I do find it a bit gimmicky. But for you, if it is useful, good for you. Congrats! Kasi again, para sa akin, hindi talaga. Okay, so since cameras na rin naman ang pinag-uusapan natin, yung cameras naman niya yung pag-usapan natin. So, during my time with my iPhone 16 Pro and Pro Max, point out ko lang yung bago dito sa 16 Pro Max and then yung mga bago din sa cameras ng 16 Pro. Parehas silang may bagong 48 megapixels ultra-wide lens. Again, last year, it used to be 12 megapixels only. For the main camera, it still is 48 megapixels, but Apple is saying that they improved it with a new sensor. And lastly, for the telephoto lens, wala pong binago with 16 Pro Max. It still is a 5x telephoto lens, but with the 16 Pro, they made it 5x telephoto na din. Na dati or last year is 3x telephoto lang. Meaning guys, we no longer have to choose between 3x or 5x telephoto like last year. Unang-una, let's compare it with the iPhone 15 Pro. If you will look at the photos, side by side, 16 Pro and 15 Pro, they really look identical at first glance. But what I did notice is hindi na masyadong over-sharpened yung 16 Pro photos compared with the 15 Pro photos. Especially when you zoom it in. But that's the keyword guys, when you zoom it in. Gaano lang ba kayo kadalas mag-zoom in ng photos? Lalong-lalo na if you post it online. So that means it doesn't really matter anymore. Kung camera lang pag-uusapan at naka 15 Pro or 15 Pro Max ka, there's no need for you to upgrade. You will only notice a very big difference if, again, we are comparing the 12 or even the iPhone 13 with the new iPhone 16 Pros. Now, I know maraming bago din sa camera niya, which is yung photographic styles, which is more powerful and useful. Nung una, aaminin ko, medyo overwhelming siya. Especially between understanding and using yung dot with X and Y axis. Other than that, may audio mix din tayo. But out of all these features I mentioned, isa lang yung pinaka nagustuhan ko sa kanya that made the camera really special. This is the ability to shoot 4K at 120 frames per second slow motion video. Again, we all know iPhone takes really nice videos, and I think until now, wala pa rin nakakatalo sa kanya in terms of this category. And upgrading this made it really sought after. At least for me, kasi syempre ako guys, I love taking videos. At the same time, marami rin ako mga creators na kilala na iPhone lang ang gamit. Hindi kailangan bumili ng dedicated camera because they believe their iPhone can do everything. Alright, so tapos na tayo with my experience sa cameras niya. Pag-usapan natin yung overall performance niya, like battery life. Nung una kong ginawa yung first impressions natin, hindi ko nasabi yung battery. Dahil again, hindi naman talaga nila sinasabi yung actual exact numbers. But now na meron na tayong mga teardown videos, alam na natin kung ano yung exactong number. For the 16 Pro, we now have a 3,582 mAh compared to a 3,274 from the 15 Pro. So, more or less or nearly 10% increase. So, obviously, not dramatically better than the 15 Pro, but in fairness, with my iPhone 16 Pro and 16 Pro Max, are among the long-lasting phones I've tested this year. Reliable na sila in terms of battery life, unlike before. Now, in terms of charging speed, actually, medyo nagulat ako dahil yung 16 Pro and 16 Pro Max nila now supports 25 watts MagSafe wireless charging speed. Uulitin ko kung bibili kayo sa Apple Store ng bagong MagSafe charger nila, yung kinakabit dito sa likod na 25 watts na rin yung capability ngayon. Pag binili nyo yon, yung power brick na bibili nyo, dapat 30 watts ang kaya. Pero grabe no, ang tagal ko nang nag-review ng phone, yung 25 watts ng Apple, mababa lang yan in terms of the wireless charging industry. So, 3 months later, yung battery health update ko sa inyo, yung 16 Pro, 100% pa rin. 16 Pro Max, 100% din. And take note, I do not take care of it at all. Wala pa akong oras kasi na tignan at i-check yung percentage niya at bantayan. I just make sure I don't plug it in while it's wet. Kunwari, galing akong pool, tapos gusto ko siyang i-charge. That's a no-no. Pangalawa, I make sure I use original chargers. Or kung hindi man galing from Apple, I make sure it's from reliable brands. Anyway, officially guys, tapos na yung video natin. Actually, maliit lang kasi I would like to address those things dahil yun yung mga common questions nyo sa akin. Ang tanong, dapat ka bang bumili ngayon ng 16 Pro or ng 16 Pro Max? This is an easy question. Kung naka-iPhone 12 Pro or older ka pa, then definitely you should upgrade. But only if you can afford. It's going to feel new in all aspects. Otherwise guys, kung naka-iPhone 13 Pro ka, 14 Pro, 15 Pro, that are obviously still in good condition, okay pa yung battery health, walang problema yung display, hindi basag-basag, I think you can still hold on to that. At the same time, hindi rin dapat pantayan ng pagbili nyo yung Apple Intelligence pa, considering na nasa 18.2 pa lang tayo. And actually, that's basically it. Simple lang naman yung sagot sa mga tanong nyo. Lagi nyo titignan yung budget nyo unang-una. Pangalawa, kung ano yung tinitignan nyo sa isang phone. Pangatlo, syempre dapat match yan sa lifestyle and trabaho na ginagawa nyo. Again, it's your Tech Girl Mary and see you on our next video. Bye!